Hey everybody, George Moorhead. Dale, I know you're going to watch this a little bit later. That is hilarious. As you guys all know, we all monitor metrics all the time. And there's one we've been dealing with some interesting agents, and so we're laughing about, well, we have a new metric to track. And I'm not sure why, but I just really thought that was really funny. Anyway, okay, so the question, and actually we've had, oh my gosh, even today I've had this question asked 5 times, and that is, with our interest rates that have been, kind of on the rise the last 45 days, is that affecting sales? Are we seeing a pullback from buyers, which is a common trend, a common trait, a common result of what happens when interest rates go up? Buyers tend to pull back a little bit. All right, so we're going to go through that. We're going to talk about, as a seller, did you miss the market? Which is a really good question, considering, hey, our numbers are on the rise, which is awesome, right? Now, let's make sure that you subscribe. Okay, share this link with your friends. Look, it's free. Okay, there's no cost, there's no strings attached. But if you want real-time information, this is the best way to get it. Okay. I was reading a report from one of the lenders that, I hate to say this, they were spamming me, and they spam me all the time. And I can actually read it to you. It was rather funny because, again, they're talking about, basically January, February stats, and how they're doing. And they're saying that one of the comments that was made is that, hey, sales, are up, 25%, year over year, showing that we're seeing a recovery from the COVID lockdown. And I thought, did I read that? Did I read that right? I had to read it again, and I read it again, and I was like, that is what he said. I thought, okay. Let me read it one more time. I read it a third time, thinking, this guy can't be right. I mean, this guy can't be publishing things that when we have a historic record year since March of last year, and he's talking about a recovery? Oh my gosh, you need to get out of the closet, dude. Watch my show every week, at least stay, informed. Our market is still absolutely just going bonkers. How's that? Okay, so yes, month over month, yes, inventory is up for the number of homes for sale. New on market's up 32.9%. And yes, we did have a little bit of a fallback on pended month over month. But understand, we're still up 19.2% year over year. Understand, these numbers are going to start changing in about a month and a half, about 45 days. These numbers are going to do a complete change and adjustment. It's not because, and they're going to come down. Let's be clear, they're going to come down. They're going to resemble something more like this, okay? And the reason is that we went from if we're sitting at a stoplight in our 1965 Volkswagen Bug, that was 2019. Just kind of puttering along like an old man in a hat. But, we were in a Ferrari in 2020. And off we went. There was no holds barred. We had record sales. A recovery. Oh, gosh, people. Anyway, so when we take a look at that, we will then be comparing a Ferrari to a Ferrari, right? Or a Corvette to a Corvette. I like the new Corvettes. One, to me, it's kind of a worthless car. Doesn't pull my trailer for dog. But anyway, so we've got two Ferraris that are going to be side by side. So the numbers are going to balance out. So we're not going to see numbers like this. We're going to see numbers more in line with this. Now, granted, the media is probably going to talk mayhem and gloom and whatever. But the fact is, we're right here. And these are the numbers that we're going to see consistently, which is going to be normalized. Okay. Then in 2022, probably Q3, Q4, as those numbers start to fall off a little bit, we start maybe increasing, balancing out our market, not having a 2 weeks of inventory, but getting closer to the 3 to, well, technically 4 to 6 months of inventory, where it's a more balanced market, those numbers are going to change again. Okay, it doesn't mean it's catastrophic. We're coming off of our high and hitting what we would consider a more healthy market, a more balanced market for sustainability and really, affordability throughout the region. Anyway, all right, we can go more on that later, but let's get back to this. So even though our pendants are down month over month, we're still up. And okay, so it's only what, the 9th, the 10th? It's only the 10th. All right, sales and pendant are up. When we take a look at the last 7 days, we are still marching along. Okay, so we have new came on market 1,543. Last week, it was a couple of hundred homes less. New homes coming on market, starting to get better than maybe the solds and the pendant is not a bad thing. It's going to help. It's going to help to give support to our pent-up buyer demand that's out there. Pendant 1,714. Okay, so yeah, a little bit less. Over here, solds 1,231 in the last 7 days. A week ago, 1,439. Again, not totally normal. Okay, are rates having an impact on it? Really, not so much. I've spoken to 4 different lenders. I was even chatting with Dan this morning and read some of his information. We are still doing very well. We are still performing very well. Interest rates is having a nominal, negligible impact. There's that typical little bobble. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's no big deal. Does that mean, oh my gosh, I missed the market? No, not at all. And sellers that are coming on market are still going to see that very aggressive activity. Why? Well, because it's kind of like today, right? So I woke up to a little bit of snow. Not supposed to see snow. I just planted my plants for my garden. Well, actually, my wife did. I technically didn't do it. She did it. But vicariously, I guess I did it. But anyway, she said it wasn't going to frost anymore. So it snowed. I guess technically it didn't frost. It snowed. But now look at it. You can see the sunshine here on my board. It's a beautiful blue sky day out there. It's absolutely outstanding. Talking about outstanding days. I was going to do the Marilyn Monroe Happy Birthday, Mr. President, imitation. And of course, nobody liked that idea of my staff. They kind of had that don't do that look. Okay. Stephanie Cohen at First American Title, one of our absolute all-time favorite folks. Happy birthday. I hear you're holding at 29. Great job. Just want to wish you a big shout out. Happy birthday to you, my dear. Stephanie and her team does an amazing job. Love them. It's, right along with my other favorite escrow officer, Laura Keller, Laura Gonzalez, my little LG. It's about yay high. That barely even hits the screen. But anyway, she's probably laughing now. My all-time favorite people, escrow, there's nobody better. We surround ourselves on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best. We want 10 plus people. And without a doubt, they are both 10 plus people. But for Stephanie, happy birthday, my dear. Happy 29th birthday. All right. Let's talk about mortgage finance rates. So today, 3.25. You might remember it was 3.375 was par pricing. So we've started to come down a little bit. The last 45 days, we've been heading upward. Now we're pulling back a little bit. Same thing with some of these rates at 3.75 for non-owner occupied. And again, interest rates bobble around. As the stock market continues to do better, interest rates are going to be affected by that, okay? They're going to start pulling out of bonds and mortgage-backed securities. They're going to start pulling out of those funds going into the market, okay? Well, that means that the value of the bonds and mortgage-backed securities are going to start dropping down, and that means interest rates are going to hedge upward. And then as we start to see some stability, they tend to come back up again as a good investment, right? And then interest rates come back down. So they're going to bobble back and forth. So Dan actually sent me an email as we were talking about things, and I'm like, dude, I can't be talking to you right now. I need you to send it to me because I'm going to go live, and people want to talk to me. Anyway, he says rates are inching back down from an upswing in the past month. He says if your rate is at 3.375 or you are paying mortgage insurance, you should look at doing a refi. So whether it's Dan, whether it's Juliana, whoever it is, give that serious consideration. Naturally, Dan Golden has some amazing rates that you guys should consider, along with Qualstar Credit Union. Looking to buy a second home, they are doing cash out of your primary residence to allow for a 10% down second mortgage or a second home, which allows you the ability to, again, acquire a second home. They're still requiring 20% down for non-owner occupied. That is a given. 25% down is a sweet spot. So for those of you looking at different investment opportunities, make sure you look at the 25% because that is that's a threshold. It's like getting over, I'm going to grab a number here. It's like getting over a credit score over 740, I think is what it is, or 710. Because it's based on risk, it brings it back down. It's a significant benefit. Going to 25% is a significant benefit. So keep that in mind. All right. Appraisals have dramatically increased over the last 12 months. We're starting to get the price support that we have needed for a lot of homes. Hey, listen, okay. So when you have that 1965 bug and that Ferrari takes off and they're like, hey, we do adjust values, but that Ferrari's, naturally a lot farther ahead than the bug, it takes a while for that Volkswagen bug to get caught up. It's the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise and the tear? Anyway, so with that, appraisals are catching up. So we're not having as many issues with appraisals, or what we call low appraisals. So with that being said, we have, it's a good time for consolidating debt. So if you have some consumer debt out there and you are not getting it as a write-off with your interest, then you should consider that. Help to get your debt to income ratios down, but that doesn't mean go out and recharge a bunch of things. Just saying, okay, fiscally being responsible, not being our government with trillions of debt that we're amassing. I'll stay off my political platform there. You can use your home equity right now for doing some renovations. If you've been looking at doing a master bedroom, master bath remodel, a kitchen remodel, maybe updating the outside, doing capital improvements, doing a roof replacement, maybe painting interior, exterior, doing your maintenance, now would be a good time if you needed to pull cash to do that because it's your most valuable asset. Okay, it shocks me how many people do not take care of that asset. Truly, I am shocked sometimes. Take care of your assets, people. I could take that another direction. I won't. Let's see here. Well, let's see. Yeah, let's see here. They are bridge loans are back. I'll have Marie post that if you're looking at making a lateral move or an upward move, but you need the equity out of your home to make that move, but you want to close first. That's called a bridge loan. They're back. Anyway, so there's some great opportunities out there, and there's a video on that. So Marie will post that for you guys. And then, oh, look at that. We work with amazing realtors with proven track records. I wonder who he's possibly talking about. I don't know. I have to think about that. I'll noodle on that. All right. So what do we have? The market is still doing incredibly well. Even though we saw interest rates over the last 45 days bobbing upwards, okay, they're starting to pull back a little bit. Negligible impact on the real estate market, okay? As we get closer to summer, as we get closer to, somebody said, George, is part of this slowdown because people were out doing different things? Hey, look, it was spring break. This is normal. If we saw something more significant, I'd be, yeah, maybe, right? It's normal. As we head towards the end of May into June, when school starts to get out, it's a historic normal trend. Yes, we are going to see, some softening of these numbers. Not like we normally do because we're still kind of held down. But we are still going to see that because people are going to be branching out, doing things. Their mindset will change. It's not a panic moment. Okay? It's not. It's normal. And then we kind of kick back into things, especially after July 4th. So if you're panicked about the market, don't be. This is normal. We are doing absolutely fine. We are doing almost, well, we're still doing better than we did last year. And last year was a record breaker. So if you have any questions, post them up there for us. We love questions. We love to help. We love to lead with generosity. Oh, last week we asked for a couple of folks to, ask you as our watchers to send us somebody that we can help, that we can lead with generosity, that normally wouldn't be able to get a home, to get a home or to help them. We did get a couple of recommendations. Michael and Manisha, thank you. Let's see what we can do with that one. And you guys are awesome sauce. We're still cultivating opportunities to help somebody in which you get to be a participant to help. If there is something that we can do for somebody that you know that is out there, let us know. We're here. That's one of the things we love to do, is to lead with generosity and to give back. In the meantime, you guys have a beautiful day. It is a beautiful sky out there, and stay safe. I'll see you guys on the next video.